And we're live on the twitch.tv/Xisuma on the Hermitcraft, where immediately we need to jump into a bed. There is Bananas in chat from Spooky Doki the Finky, Forgil and Shizuku and Curls, and take that. Take that. Oh yeah, you eliminated yourself. That's what you did. You were here at the wrong time of day. Anyway. Spoiler alert! The Bone Fun Gun has been born. And it's kind of annoying to see. Oh. Very nice, very nice. Oh, we like that, don't we? By the way, if you can hear some background noises, my neighbour is doing something in their house involving hammers and nails. And, you know, every now and then, your neighbours are working on stuff. But for some reason, it sounds like it's anywhere I go in the house, it feels like I'm hearing it in the same room. Like, it sort of sounds like it's behind me, in front of me, above me, and below me all at once. I don't know what they're doing, but the sound just, like, vibrates through the entire house. I don't think it gets even picked up in the microphone, but I hear it constantly, and then it sort of distracts me. But I don't think y'all are going to hear it. But if you do, now you know what that noise is. By the way, noises in the ear, Becca11, 25 months, saying, some witty comment, hooray, another month in the amazing Xisumaverse. Thank you so much for all you do, Becca. We also had a new Patreon signing up. It was DGDFDVDY, 1784, thank you for signing up. I'm assuming to play on the Let's Play Minecraft together, where we have a wonderful server and a community there and a whole bunch of peeps playing around the clock. And yeah, the community's been very healthy this season, where I've been mentioning it a lot. So if anyone's looking for a Minecraft community to be a part of, you can go to xisumavoid.com/get-whitelisted, and there are all the details. That is our Let's Play Minecraft Together community. Let's go ahead and... why am I thinking I've got to press... yeah, I do have to press these two buttons. There we go. Aha, we've got to build a few things. We're just going to take it easy today. That being said, I must remember to get a daily shard. So we're going to finish the LA area and just do some casual building. We do, however, need to farm some azalea things. Kind of looks like we need a bunch more of the smaller shards. Maybe we'll just go take care of those smaller shards first. See what we can get our hands on. Alright. And while I'm heading in this direction, we'll look at what the daily shard might be today. I don't know if Ren's gone in there and restocked or anything like that. Because one of the first things I do is just, you know, there's always a request for deep slate and granite, which I've learned actually for building the roads, which we might do today if we have time, is why these things are here. Oh, there's no more left in that one. What are you taking to? Got to do your dailies. Restock a shop. I've done that plenty of times. Wait. False, you didn't take your diamonds. Trade with a hermit. 4 unique mob heads. I've done that before. I could do it again. You can see I'm all over this, right? Oh, now this is one of the things I could do. Post. Okay, we're going to do this one, and we're going to do it while I'm streaming. And y'all are really clever, and you'll probably come up with a great way, or like something for us to do that would be interesting. Like, we've got to think of that funny moment or the great time to post a screenshot, right? Ooh, that would have been fun. Anyway, yeah, that's how we'll get our daily shard today. So at some point in the stream, I'm going to post a screenshot. We just need to figure out when the best time, something unique, something interesting happening, or something cool that we stumble across. So, Sebi Tea Leaf is here for 2 months, saying, whoa, time flies, didn't realise it's been 2 months already, fun to be here. Technically, when you get your 2-month free subscription, it's been 1 month between the first and the second, right? Or a little bit longer, if you think about it. If you're catching my drift, you know what I mean? I could make some more of this stuff. What? Huh? What are you doing? This doesn't make any sense. What? Huh? No, the secrets have not been revealed. Curls says, for 15 months, help. Time did the passing thing again. How dare time pass this quickly? Hope you're doing well. I am, as the title would suggest, much better today. Back to my usual self. Feeling great. Feeling good. Had a very productive day today. which is what I like. I like getting all the things that I want to do done and enjoying it along the way. And you know me, always working on lots of stuff, right? And yeah, might have like another one of these new types of video for you coming soon. Not sure when it will be. Might be before the next episode of Hermitcraft, might not. We'll have to wait and see. My shoe Bert is here for 34 months saying, hey, Xisuma as well, did you ever figure out the movie you were thinking of? I did a whole bunch of looking. I think I know what that is, and I think I just want to leave that alone for a minute. I did a whole bunch of looking, and I couldn't find anything. I didn't do like a crazy deep sort of read through every space movie released this year and that year, but I looked at a lot and I did not find anything. So then I decided, okay, what kind of movie could I watch? I had a quick browse and I saw that 12 Monkeys was available on iPlayer, and I thought, yeah, I've got the DVD of that actually, that movie, but I haven't seen it since I got the DVD, which would have been 20 years ago or something. So I thought, go on then, we'll watch that one. Really enjoyed it, and I remember just very small parts of it, so it felt like watching a movie all over again, like a new movie. And for anyone who's seen 12 Monkeys, like there is almost a suggestion of a twist at the end of it. So this is potentially spoiler alert. I'll try and talk about it in a way that isn't, but ultimately, hey, if that's on your list to watch, maybe just tune out for a second. There's a character that turns up at the end on the aeroplane, and to me it feels like they're trying to suggest a twist to like the whole story, but I don't know what that twist would be. Oh, look at what's here. Like, it didn't make sense. That character, like, didn't look like they were aged correctly, if that makes sense. And I just kind of thought, like, I don't quite, like, I can go, oh, it's that person. What does that mean? But then, what's the answer to that question? What does that mean? Like, I found it rather confusing, more than intriguing in any way. So, yeah. Don't know if anyone remembers that bit. 12 Monkeys scared you as a kid. And see how it'd be a scary movie. I wasn't thinking scary as an adult, that's for sure. Oh, there's a character on a plane. The whole movie is spoiled, says the Thinky. But if you're thinking about that, maybe that doesn't really. But the point is, like, if you're thinking about that, if you know that there's going to be like some character that turns up, it might spoil it a little bit when it arrives. But I didn't get like a thing from it. I got more like a, oh, wait, what does that mean? Especially the fact that they hadn't like aged. I thought was really weird. So I'm not sure what they were trying to do with that particular character in that moment. But I enjoyed the movie. Great movie. You see what's happening in the end. Like, you know where it's going quite a bit before you get to that point, but that's like fine. It feels like it builds to it in a really gratifying way. Just, I don't know. It felt like the appearance of this other character was kind of important, and I couldn't quite figure out why. I don't know this movie, so it's interesting without context. Okay, if it's interesting, that's awesome. Wordfish says, I need to rewatch that too. Yeah, if it's on your list to rewatch, enjoy it, and then just remember that moment on the plane at the end, and see what you think of it. And let me know one day. Send me a tweet. Didn't they make a TV series of it as well? I don't know about that. But the movie's great. I think it was made in 1990, and it really has this... some movies really just manage to have the feel of the era. Like, you would guess it's a late 80s, early 90s movie. It's just right in the middle of that kind of era transitioning. Really good movie. Wondering if you've seen the German version of that movie when I was a kid. Gotta check. There's a French movie that it's actually based on. Don't know anything about a German one. Where are we with the noises in the air? Curls of Doom gifting a sub to Sound Wave Hope. Thank you so much for gifting the sub. Curls, appreciate it as always. Randy the Cold, 1002 is gifting subs to Free Booty, Centuria, Drunton, One Tired Raccoon, and Magpie Life. Thank you, Randy, for all you do and for gifting those subs. If you hear your name being read out loud, always say thanks in the chat. And also Dogcraft MC, thank you for 4 months of support. It is appreciated, and I hope you're entertained and enjoying the stream. Have you watched The Pianist? Yeah, isn't that with, what's his name? Adrian Brody or something? That's one of those ones I remember and could probably do with a rewatch. Isn't it like a little bit brutal? A little bit crazy at some point, like visually. But I'm not really into my movies right now. I just watched one the other day. I felt like I needed a mental break, so I ordered a curry, watched a movie. I think it was the right call. I just kind of needed that. And I don't really enjoy movies as much when my mind's all like lit up with inspiration and productivity and stuff like that. It's like I want to crack on and do the things I enjoy doing, like making videos and whatnot. And I feel like if I'm watching a movie, I don't know, don't quite work for me right now. But you know, there's times and places. Watching movies with other people can be a lot of fun. One of the things that I really miss is watching movies with friends. These days, though, it feels like when you get together, you want to catch up and talk about all the things you've been up to, and not watch a movie, you know. But then what I miss is that when you watch a movie with friends, they're usually like layering in jokes and you're commenting on what's going on and having a bit of a laugh, and miss that kind of stuff. Doc Mando, thank you so much for gifting some subs. Mrs. Chevius, Vic the Victim, Miss Madness, Night Wraith, and Xisuma, y'all been gifted subs. Be sure to say thanks in the chat. In the chat. Greatly appreciated. I did not find out the name of that movie, Frost, about the edge of the universe, and I'm sure at another point in time I will try to scratch that itch. As for me in the next few days, of all the things that I'm doing, I'm going to have a few busy days before I really get time to do a little search into that. Or maybe tomorrow, I don't know. You never know quite how it's going to go. The rest of my day is all like plotted out. And I really wanted to get a stream in the middle here. Did you watch Rings of Power? Is that the new Lord of the Rings thing? I am not tempted to watch it. I don't know. I just feel like I'm happy with Lord of the Rings, like being those movies to me, and I don't know. It just feels like I didn't really want all of that to be opened up again and go back to that world. It was I'm kind of like just the movies are awesome, right? You know, you get sick of Captain Picard after you've seen him so many times. So like Amazon, maybe they should have just left it where it was. Anyway, alright. Just gonna throw that away. Yeah, let's head back. We came here for just that, basically. I wonder if Jim Kirkwood will watch it, says the Thinky. Great question. You can shoot Jim a comment on one of his YouTube videos. He's always uploading new music there, or the music he's got published elsewhere. Might actually catch his attention. I don't get sick of Picard, but that's me. This Starry Ravens. That's because you're a Lord of the Rings nerd. That's why. That's why you never get sick of it. Dark Mando says, personally, I agree with you. The Lord of the Rings just seems to be best as is. Yeah, we also got a taste of what it was like to try and go beyond those 3 movies with the second set of 3 that Peter Jackson did, and like if I critique a movie or something, I feel like I need to be like really invested in it to give a proper critique. All I can say about those movies is I've only ever watched them once and not really felt like the impact or need to like watch them again. And when I was watching them, I kind of remember feeling like it was half great to see all this stuff again, and at the same time it felt a little unnecessary. Maybe I'll actually put those on the list one day, whenever I'm in a movie mood again. Maybe watch the Hobbit movies and see what I think of them. You know, when you watch something a second time, you kind of get a little bit of a better idea. Let's go and sleep then. Nice bow texture, X. Looks like you literally took a rib and put it on a bowstring. Yeah, yeah. It's cool. We got a bone bow now. What are you sipping on? I'm sipping on tea. How could I not have mentioned that? I'm always talking about the tea, right? Maybe watch the extended editions. A lot less holes in the story. Oh yeah, yeah. That's one of the things I loved about the original Lord of the Rings movie, is like they were over 2 hours long, but then you could watch like an extra 2 hours on each movie. Because those like super extended ones are like 4 hours each. It's crazy. So if we want to grow some more trees, we're going to need that. We're going to need some bone meal. which I may or may not have. One of these should surely have... Dang it, I guess I'll have to snag some from the bone shop. Have you watched Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul? I have watched both of them, and they are my favourite shows. Breaking Bad I've probably watched 5+ times, and Better Call Saul I've only actually watched once, but I would love to watch it again in a few years. Thing with me though, at the moment, is like there was always time for TV shows and movies, and as time goes on and it goes by quicker and quicker, I feel a little less inclined to put my time into that kind of stuff now. It's... I don't know. It's good to be entertained, but you want to do things. You want to get stuff done. I have extended director's cut of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit with hours of behind the scenes for each. Would definitely suggest, as my name is Val. Well, if I decide to watch The Hobbit again, I think it's a bit of a no-brainer just to watch the extended cuts. Where should we do this? Can I plop you right there? Oh yeah, and then it will change the block below, which probably doesn't really matter in this little area. So, we need some shears. Shears, my dears, we need shears. It's quite a nice pretty little tree that we've grown here. Hey, that's a noise in my eardrum. It's a Twitch baby. Skizzle77, thank you for 9 months of support. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Thank you for resubscribing, dude. Happy little trees, says Curls. We're just going to paint some happy little trees over here. Okay, that'll do. Right, do we have a few dirt blocks to hand somewhere as well? It's the one, the only Doc M on the server. Whoops. Do I have my, I don't have my shovel, do I? Oh, by the way, I had this idea that I've been working on a little bit of like custom textures for shulker boxes, but specifically not when they're placed in the world, but when they're in here, in your inventory. And I found a bunch of custom textures that were pretty cool, but didn't feel essentially vanilla. And then started working with some resource pack people to create like a system where you give the box a name, and then it will, like, on the icon of the box, like, it will have the icon in there. And then that way you could put like a pickaxe on your tool chest, and then a diamond on your valuables. And I'm hoping to make a like clearer way to discern which ones are which in game. And if that works out, I'll probably show it in a video at some point. But who knows where it'll all go. But it's a good idea and definitely something to mess about with and see what's possible. Right, so... alright, have we got moss blocks in there too? Because I can grab those. You always need more space on your... You must construct additional pylons! That's what's happening right now. So then it wants the big one. Yeah, I'm going to change up which ones I use a little bit, just because we've got some that are like, we don't have a lot of. So that'll go there. Which happens to be the correct one. What's this? Potential lamppost. Although, since froglight is hard to get, there is an alternative design by the LA. Oh, I have froglights. Is there froglights up there? Pearlescent froglight. We can do that. Lights, there we go. So, you know, one day that shulker box might just have a torch on it or something like that. Oh, and I just realised, don't we need, like, hoppers? Here we go. It's getting complicated. I guess I'll chuck that in there for now. Hoppers... Oh, are they nether brick? I might just build them out of a different material. I think I'm going to build them out of warped wood. Okay, grab those, grab them, some of these. Now we need a crafting bench. Oh my. Oh! I just wanted to build And all of a sudden, I have a sprawling chest monster and a filled-up inventory. And they say that everything's fine with the inventory. No, that don't need no addressing right there, does it? Everything's fine. Curls, thank you for gifting a sub to the one, the only Lizard of Oz in the chat. Thank you for all you're doing, my dude. And thank you, Curls, for gifting the sub. We got Amchurd here for 10 months saying, any chance you can get the creators of the custom textures mod to make it public? I know it will make a lot of people very happy. Yeah, it's up to them really. I'll definitely mention it. When I do these things, I generally hope that the end result is that it can just be something public. But you know, sometimes people don't want to make it public because then they don't want to have to support, which is fine. It's their decision, you know. They create it. I do have a few things that aren't public, purely for that reason. Okay, so it looks like there's also some form of wall block that appears at the bottom. Do we not have one of our own? We got this. We'll use that. So it goes here. Then we put these on top. Can I actually jump on top of it? I can. Right, and then I think the hopper is next. Ugh. Yep, then the lamp, and then a whole bunch of these things on it. Now, I think the reason they're the small ones is because subtlety will serve it better. Ironically, because I have so many of these, I'm going to make it big and bold, and I really don't have much of a choice there because it's... Oh, actually, I've got 22 of the... well, how many of these are there? So, like, 4? If we put them on the sides, it would be 4, 8... Yeah, I think we can get away with using those ones. So let's grab that. 20... Oh, look, we got those as well. Oh, now we got... Okay, now we're definitely doing it. We got 40 odd. Right, kind of skimmed over some details there, didn't I? We'll always put a big one on top, though. That'll be our... Well, actually, does it look good? Yeah, I think having a big one on top will look cool. So, small ones around the side, big one on top. And apparently I've got to make some banners over here, too. That we can probably make with not too much effort. I don't think it's too tricky to figure out. Oh, we got one in the water. Yeah, they're different sizes. Cool. All right. Then there's that little bit there. So we head along. Next thing's over here. Cool. I think it might make sense to do some passes now, where we just sort of go and focus on like a couple of blocks at a time. So first of all, let's say leaves.
Just wanted to ask what
Whoa!
this was. Shishwami!
Oh my god.
Hello!
Dude. Oh. All of a sudden your voice is in my head.
I hear voices in my head. Alright, what you doing, man?
I'm decorating the walkway to the LA breeding sanctuary.
Alright, I just did my intro and I'm shocked, man.
Yeah?
Things are happening.
Everywhere.
Yes, I see it. It's over your... Wait, did he take your shop too?
I initially thought this was like an endorsement, you know, but the word property, I was like, hang on a minute, that's sort of like a claim, isn't it?
Yeah. Man, that helmet is so sick.
Oh, you gotta love it.
I should also get some...
I also got my own bow now.
Man, are you playing Modded Mine? Why? What are you holding in your hand? Some blue ally thing?
Oh, they're for sale. Oh. They're for sale, Doc. If that interests you, just hop on in right here. Special LA totems, you know. It's a totem of Undying.
Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the LA duping spot, right? Right.
Yeah.
Right. Did we install something that we can dupe them?
Yeah, so we got a mod that basically takes the code for LA duping from 1.19.1, puts it into this game. It's on the server, and if you have it on your client, then you'll see them dancing and you'll see the love hearts. But if you don't have it on your client, it still works. So I don't know if you got that, but you could go in and breed them right now if you wanted to.
I mean, you know, I like LA duping. The other.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's definitely needed.
Wait, how do I get in there?
So you just go through the gap kind of thing?
Oh,
this one's trying to escape. That's why it's too deep, to like make sure they've got a very low chance of getting out of it. Has that one got caught inside a fence? Dang it! That's not how this works.
Flying entities pathfinding. It's a masterpiece.
Oh, didn't know they could get stuck like that.
I'm refusing to use those guys. They are so pesky to handle. Until they give me the functionality to put them in a bottle, I'm not gonna mess with them much, man. You know, ally in a bottle, right?
That's a great way to move them around. Actually, I really like that. I would say they're not actually as painful as you might think. Like, I guess you want to make an item filter with them, right?
No, I have no plans. I transported some. Did you know you could dupe items with him?
Oh, there's always some way to dupe. I'm not surprised you know that.
You know what we should do next time when the developers come onto the server? We take them hostage.
Yeah?
And then yeah, and then we just,
we bring them here and we tell them, hey, move these allays and build us an item filter or do this thing, and then they'll be like, oh, okay, this needs changing. This isn't good enough.
Yes. Yeah, otherwise we don't let them leave.
That's a great idea.
Do you think it's a good plan?
I do. I do.
Anyways, today is a special day. You'll find out soon. I'm on my way. I'm very busy.
Yes.
And yeah, I think I'll make use of this thing here. So just you pay, you get one of the shards, and that's it.
Well, you don't have to pay. It's a free thing. But the idea is, if you forgot to bring a shard, that we provided some for you. Aren't we kind?
Oh, all right.
Cool.
I have 18 double chests of shards. I think the
Dang
ally
it.
army is incoming.
Shouldn't have mentioned that.
All right. Have fun, man.
All right. See you around, Doc. Bye bye.
Later.
Well, that was good fun. Let's sleep in the bed before the phantoms get us. Oh, wait. One person in chat said I can't hear Doc. Now, I don't see a single other message about that. Now, my mixer keeps getting updates, and when it gets updates, things break. Doc was quiet. Interesting. Let's see if we can just make a change that might help things in the future. There doesn't appear to be too many options here. And some of you are now saying he was fine. Maybe he was on the quiet side. Sometimes it's like that. It doesn't look like there's anything wrong in my setup, so... here's how I used to have my audio set up. I used to have it set up so that everything I heard in my eardrums was the same that you would hear. Now this has some drawbacks, like not being able to change audio levels later on and whatnot, but I never had issues where something was different to how I was experiencing it. And I think sometimes I prefer it that way around. It's like, yeah, now I've got all this fancy stuff where like different audio is on different tracks and I can play music without it getting recorded, but like you still run into those other headaches. I'm gonna get some cobbled something or other going here. Doc was hinting that he's having a busy day on the server. I thought he was gonna be like, oh, I'm like up to something and here's what I'm gonna do, but now I'm just left like wondering what's Doc's up to. What has he got planned today? He's always got a plan. For me, as of late, my plan is just to get on and have fun and just not think about like mega builds and stuff, and dang, I'm enjoying it. Becca says rebellion. Oh, I fell in a hole! Fell in a hole. Dun, dun, dun. Sinking so low. That's my Minecraft song for today. I was listening to Alice in Chains when I was working out earlier. I love the way that guy sings. So much passion and energy. Dang, what a band. What a band! Right, I think we put in all of those ones, so we'll knock that off of there. And we're not placing those either. Right. Oops, I think I'll just leave that one down there. Right. That's good for that one. We got noises in the ear, by the way. Peter the Hobbit, 11 months of support. Greatly appreciated, my dude. Hope you're enjoying the stream. And thank you for your hobbity ways. Oh, look, I managed to make a little joke. A little hee ha ha. Right, now that we've done those ones, we'll go on to these over here. So I've only got one of those left. I'm just going to put it there straight away. And And we'll use the bigger ones a little bit here and there too. Put in one of my own. And then, didn't we have something around here? I seem to recall placing something. No, there is also this case of the bridge. That needs some blocks on it, but we'll do that when we get to it. Right, so now it's about the fence posts. I think I got enough for those two. This thing, that thing. Then when you're up the top, use those. Put that on top. So let's do all of that next. So it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Well, ain't that easy. It's taking no time at all. And I got a cold cup of tea here. I'm going to have another sip. It's cold. It's done. I can blame Doc for that one. Distracting me. Did you listen to Bjork's new song X? I did not. Wasn't aware there was one. Dino Colt, thank you so much for gifting subs. Caboose Ruda. Silence Pursuit. S2D Baker. Pepperfly2. BHRXs. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to say thanks to Dino Colt for the gifted subs. And Liger, thank you for gifting a sub to Drago Ratch. As always, appreciate your supporting of the community. And thank you so much. Okay, this is the last one, right? Once you get going on these things, they tend to finish sooner than later. We got some banners to make. Oh wait, there's like an entire one over here that I've skipped. Oh dang it! I'll need to craft some more things. Do I even have the resources? I do actually. There you go. Just about. 2, 3. This thing, that thing. Some of these, some of those, isn't it? Cool. Right, I can put the hoppers away. The hibbity-hoobity hoppers. And put some of these things away too. So it's that thing over there. Bushes, crystals. I saw some chiseled deep slate. And then there was some slabs too. I don't think I've got the material that it was made out of. So let's just go with some andesite slabs maybe. And then for these things we need 4. And I felt like they were floating. Let's see if this can do the trick. Chimpo! 5 months of support. Thanks for all the great work you do. Oh, thank you ever so much, my man. Appreciate your continued support. Thanks for the kind message. Look, there was something under it, actually. It was the same type of block. I was just thinking, what's going on here? Like, let's go 1, 2, right? Over on this side. Guess it'll be just the 1. 1. Okay, 1 there. Oh, this is painfully slow. Thank you. Where's the other one? Right there? I mean, this is like the most minute detail that no one ever notices. But we're doing it anyway. Right, that's some foundations for all of this stuff. Those things there. What material is this supposed to be? It's blue ice. I don't think we really have a blue half slab in this game, do we? And then there's some sort of optional slabs to walk up bridge easier. I see. I see what's going on here. Those slabs are optional. This looks really nice. Whoops! Let's put that there. I feel like that needs one underneath it. Chat question, what's better, Java or Bedrock? I mean, isn't it great that we have both? That's what I'll say. I prefer Java over Java. Typos. Eclo Guess, thank you ever so much for 6 months of support. Appreciate you. Appreciate it ever so much. My recent video about like Java mods versus Mojang devs. Like my conclusion, although it's not my conclusion really, because you know, like my video is me putting out my reasoning and stuff. So obviously I've already got a conclusion. My thinking on it is just like, ultimately, when you look at the differences between the two, you got to conclude that like, isn't it great that we have both? Right, because what you can't have is just whatever a mod is being part of the official game, because then you just have, you know, chaos. All these different mods adding all sorts of different things. So it's kind of great that you got both. Whoopsie. We'll remove you and just have that there for now. Yeah, it looks like I just basically missed a little bit here, didn't I? And probably just one out the back here. I'll do that with any of these other ones. Okay, that'll do. Maybe one more right there. There we go. And one more over here. Right. So with Java and Bedrock, in a way, it's kind of like, probably would be great to have one unified version, but given how the game started, you know, you can't just do away with it, can you? I was thinking about this earlier. You've got the game started with Java. I don't want to grab anything. The game started with Java, and you can't just like do away with that addition after some time. Maybe Mojang could have, like years and years ago, once they got the other edition running, you know, aimed to phase out this one, but they never did. They stuck with it. Right, I'm just going to build this bridge out of... oh, look, there's actually extra blocks to place on the sides. I know it's not the blue ice, but that's all we got. I think what I'll do is just add some deep slate slabs across there, and then we'll be good. You're coming ashore. Didn't like those icy waters, I see. Can't blame you. They are a bit chilly. I would have had to been very similar when they combined them. They waited too long and the game changed differently over time. I don't think the plan... I mean, maybe it was to combine them at some point, but it's hard to see how that would happen, really. Because the other product just ended up being a little too different. Anyway, any pertinent questions in chat? Mods, if you want to throw some in on the side of the screen, always welcome to do that. I'm seeing quite a lot of messages coming through, like questions at the moment. Well, is Pocket Edition still a thing? I think Pocket Edition is the most played edition of Minecraft, right? Like, this is the thing about perspectives and stuff that I always that I'm trying to cover, essentially. Maybe I'll do a video on that. Maybe I'll do a video breaking down some demographics of who plays what where. Problem with that is I've found that there aren't that many officially published statistics, but there are some stuff out there that's sort of semi-legit and tricky to get like a proper number on stuff sometimes. But again, it's like Java tends to be seen as the main edition because all the content creators use it, but like the average person, it probably plays on their mobile, right? I'm kind of forgetting what I'm doing. Oh yeah, the deep slate slabs. So I'll go ahead. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I forgot how many of these we need, so 10 will be more than enough. And we're pretty much good to like start packing this away now. Define active players and how they measure it. I have mobile edition but never play it, says Miss Madness. So Mojang, when you play the game, they get like statistics about you connecting and whatnot. So when they say, you know, like mobile is the dominant platform it's played on, it's because they got statistics to back it up. They have the metrics, we don't. And it makes total sense. The mobile game market is just absolutely massive in gaming. It's so accessible. I could be wrong to some extent. I mean, I believe I've heard them say that on occasion. Maybe it's actually just the Bedrock as a whole, but tends to be this bias towards thinking the thing you're playing on is the one everyone else is, and Java is not the thing that everyone else is playing. Other people are, but not the whole picture. I don't really have any room for these two items. Well, I'm just going to throw them away, as they're quite disposable. Right, let's get packed up. So, the LA breeding stuff is now finito, like finished. No, it's not. We got to make those LA banners, haven't we? Okay, it's almost finito. Let's think about that. I have a shulker box somewhere here with some dyes, and if not the right dyes... Oh no, it looks like we've got the right dyes. Okay, so that's a start, but then I need wall blocks, which are probably back at my base, or I buy some from Beef. Right, so we need like sticks and wall blocks next. That'll mean some diamonds for purchasing stuff. So what gets to go back? I need sticks. That's got something in that shouldn't be in there. Oh yeah, the screenshot. Right, so we'll screenshot this area when it's finished. Dang, maybe I should have taken a screenshot with Doc or something, but we forgot about that, so that's fine. Yeah, all of these things get to get plopped back in here. Again, just trying to be organised and stay on top of everything. And I cannot wait to get like custom icons on the shulkers. I think that's going to help me use the other mod a bit more as well. They're not a phobia. Thank you so much for subscribing. Greatly appreciated. I thought I butchered your name, but it appears to be just that. Throw some shaders on first today. Well, I have none to hand because I don't like playing with shaders, so can't really do that. X pulling a scar? Is a couple of you saying that? What does that mean? Right, where's that light? I'm pretty sure we're just going to need... we probably need white wall as a base. And then put the dye all around it for the LAIs. I'm going to wing this one a bit. So we only need 3. That's probably... Actually, that's probably it. Just need that. The chest monsters. Right, got ya. I've played mobile since forever because it is way cheaper and more easily accessible. I do sometimes wish I knew how to play on the computer. This plant Addy. Yeah, computers are a little more inaccessible compared to mobile phones, right? Do I want a revolution? Not especially. I'm fine with the way things are. Right, I'm switching to... I'm switching my desk. Okay, except it's going up, not down. Don't let Evil X confuse you now. Whew, right. Need to drink some water. Just feeling a little dehydrated right now. I went swimming yesterday, by the way. For the first time. Here's a story. I've been thinking about it for ages, and I tried to time it with like other people. Like, hey, do you want to go swimming? And it just never works out. And I thought, unless I just get myself down there and do it myself, I'm probably not going to actually go swimming. So I just, like, I wanted to do a different exercise that day, and I thought I'd go swimming. Bannian says, did you have fun swimming? I wouldn't call it fun. I actually found it, honestly, a little bit boring. But, like, I also hadn't done swimming in a long time, so it was kind of novel. And it was like, ooh, like, I remember all of this. It was very, very instant second nature. There was no, like, even though I haven't swum in a pool for probably, like, 20 years, it was just immediate second nature for me. Because I used to be in a swimming club. But I was a moody teenager, and I didn't have, like, any ambitions or goals or ideas about what I should do. And so it was just one of those things I wanted to give up, basically. Which I did. I gave it up. I don't really regret that or anything. Like, it's not really a big deal. But what I do wish is that back then I was more of a disciplined, considerate person with some ambitions or whatever, right? Like that's the main thing. It's like I didn't have any of that stuff. Anyway, so it comes back. Total second nature. Just jump in the pool and I can go. I found myself in the being like the fastest person in the medium, but if I were to do front crawl, like I would get a bit out of breath after a couple of lanes, and then I would do breaststroke in between. So I kind of just stayed there. But I reckon I could, you know, stick at it a bit, get a little bit better, get a little bit faster. But it, you know, at the same time, it was kind of boring, honestly. Like you just go back and forth over and over again. So I wasn't massively infused by it. But I'm glad I did it. It was a really good idea to do it. How many of these do we need again? Isn't it 4? And isn't there like a banner cloning system, so we just make it once? This is how often I interact with banners. You're learning. You're learning. So I reckon it's like 1 down the middle, then 2 down the side, but you want the slim ones, which are these. So if we go like that, then the 1 down the middle. See, that's not good enough, is it? So that can't be the way it's done. So if this were actually light blue base, how would we get those white eye strips on it? I think I might know. Yeah, okay, so I got on. Let's start again, maybe. Actually, I can sort of experiment with the preview. So, right, that's probably it, because that's thinner than the one that we did. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll make another. Drop it into here, and I think the trick is we start with that. Put 1 down the middle. Got it. I think we're on track now. I reckon there'll be 1 at the top. You got that in the middle, but I don't think that's it. See, that kind of looks like the bottom, but then as for the top, and then you got the half. See, to me, let's go look at the preview again. Where are they? They are pretty much dead in the middle, so we need something like that's a third at the top and then a third at the bottom. Cast Lost 404, thank you so much for the Prime. Appreciate it, my dude. Hope you're enjoying the stream and having a good time. See, that to me looks like it's not enough, but I don't actually see anything else that goes any shorter than that, apart from those, which don't work. Maybe that is a little bit. Nope. So I think we're going to go with that one, and then this one, and that's basically it. Problem solved. And we're out of sticks. Need 1 more stick. 1 more stick. I am the derpy one, says Retrospects. I believe you are mistaken, my friend. The derpy one is I. You cannot take my derpy throne away from me. My derpy crown. Oh, you like the derpy one? Wait, what did I just say? I think I'm the derpy one. Oh, I derped up the reading about derpage. Oh, what were the odds of that happening, hey? God. Jeez, just about an absolute certainty. God, you just mentioned derp and somehow my brain gets it all wrong. What is wrong with me? Why can I not read properly? I give up. At least we got this done. Okay, what height were they at? Just below. I kind of feel like they might look a little better higher up, but then they'll sort of be more attached to the hopper. Yeah, I think I don't know. Feels a little less floaty. I think I'm going to go with like higher up. Also, got to sleep in a bed. X is the derp and Mumbo is the spoon, as they say. Philosopher42, thank you for 8 months of your support. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream and having a fantastic time. I would like to purchase £500 of your finest potatoes. I'm not aware that I sell potatoes, but there you go. Right, we've got to do a screenshot. Don't forget about that. That is an important part of our activities today. So, diamonds go back in here. Now, wall blocks should really have a home in this bit, as so should the loom, I guess. Make sure they're in there. Right, that's where the dye came from. And we'll go drop that off in a minute. So, sticks. And then, I think our inventory is pretty good. See? It's a big part of this game. Got to think through everything when it comes to storage and management of items. And like that, we are a boss. A boss! Right, screenshot time from about here. Like, that's pretty cool, right? I think you can kind of clearly see that we have... maybe take a step back, get the Arc of Champions in. Now that's quite gorgeous. The framing there is really nice. And y'all can help me with this, actually. If I do this live, it gives me a great excuse to go, oh, go to Twitter and retweet me. I'll be Twitter famous. That's not going to happen, is it? Anyway, I am going to get in here with a screenshot. So I've got the screenshot. What do I write, though? Earning my daily shard. Let's add in earning my daily King's Quest shard. Makes it a little more context. We finished the LA needs a capital letter because it's a thing. Sanctuary. It's a living being. We finished the LA Sanctuary on stream. ... right now. Unless you're reading this in the future. Cool. I think that's good. Earning my daily King's Quest shard. We finished the LA Sanctuary on stream right now, unless you're reading this in the future. I feel like I want to mention Hermitcraft. Hermitcraft never looked so good. It's a bit self-aggrandizing. But I'm going to go with it. Another JT, 63 months, one away from a stack. Thank you so much, my dude. And if any of you want to follow me on Twitter, right, Twitter, mate, at the old xisumavoid, at xisumavoid, head over there, do a retweet, do a like, do whatever you want with that. If you're here right now, you'll know exactly what's in that image. Anyway, I got my eye on it. 13 retweets, wow! Oh, I should do this more often. Just stream, tweet. That's how you get retweets. Do it when you're live. Oh, look at that, 18. Thank you everyone for participating, by the way. Appreciate it. Feels like it makes the shard more worthwhile now, right? Because I didn't just post a screenshot. We got a whole bunch of people to retweet it and show how amazing Hermitcraft is at the same time. Gramroth. Ah! Slamming my face into a wall. Thank you for 5 months. Appreciate you. And gonna drop that off. Oh, we are so in the lead. XB Crafted can't even get close. Can't even catch me. Cub fan can't even catch me. You know, when I saw this, I was like, things like this have happened before in Hermitcraft, and I'm always the one that just like never gets in at the right time and gets on it. And I thought this time will be different. I will do this every day. You know, and I have been absolutely on it, earning as many shards as I can and doing all of that cool stuff. And we finished the LA Sanctuary, which technically was finished earlier, but you know what I mean. Like, now all the other little details are done. And, what's next for us this stream? So, Daily Shard done. LA area done. I did say I wanted to build a path, which would be part of a daily quest. So, I could start it today, finish it tomorrow, you know, something like that. This is how dedicated I am to winning. Oh, apparently I made a typo, unless you're reading this as the future. In the future, yeah. Oh well, whatever. You can't edit tweets, right? Wait a minute. Didn't they add that at some point? I'm probably unable to edit it now. Or is it that was a feature that they were testing at one point? Whatever. Me making a typo. Oh, so typical. So I did say I wanted to make a little path for Cub Fan. Now there's supposed to be a place where we pick up deep slate and granite for building these paths, but I don't know where it is. Ren isn't online, and I don't think we'd make as many paths as you see right here. So I don't think that one's going to continue, but definitely could do with something up to here. Probably from over there would make sense. I can see ways to make this work. Not so much on this side. I think you need a different palette over here. Now, does anyone in chat actually know? Check the depot, there's free stuff you should try, it says Curls. That is not the place it is stored. Ren told me where it was stored and I've forgotten. But there's somewhere where you actually pick up the resources for the granite and the deep slate, and I don't know where it is. Should be in the chest below the quest building. That's for all the things that get chucked into the pool. So they could technically be there, but I don't think that was the place. I guess I could grab them from there. Somewhere in the castle. I'm asking for someone who knows. Like, don't guess. If it was something Ren mentioned in a video, and you know where it is, then let me know. But otherwise, maybe he never even mentioned it, right? Is my music on Spotify? It is indeed on Spotify, my friend. Like, what's all this at the end of the road? Is this granite and there's deep slate? Ah! I think this might be the stash. It's at the end of the road. It's all the materials used for road building. This has got to be it. This is one of the first, like, roads that Rem built. So we'll use this. Pretty sure this must be it. He said it was somewhere. Like, that's what I remember. It was put somewhere. So this has got to be it. So then it's like deep slate, cobbled, and the occasional bit of basalt. Cobbled, bit of basalt. In fact, we need way more than that, but we're just getting started here. That's already filled up the inventory. Now that we know where to get that stuff from, let's now start to plot where we're going to build our path for Cubfan. So we've already got this bit coming through. So it makes sense just to continue. I think it would be nice to have it raise up and go back down a little bit. Let's use these as a internal guideline. Oh, sounds so fancy. Internal guidelines with X. Okay, that sounds really weird actually. So something like that, and then at this level it will be like 1, 2, and then it just, yeah. Not like that. Might shimmy this about a little bit as we get further along. Feel like it needs to come down by like one more block around here. Which would be to that height, right? Up! Swimming in water, always a bit of a pain. Will you click where you actually want to? No one knows. I like the idea of it just being raised out of the water a bit here. Don't know why, but it'll probably make more sense once we get further along. And then somewhere around here it needs to turn. X, do you prefer working out in the morning or later in the day? I started CrossFit and we have found the 5 AM classes to be easier. I think doing physical activity is probably always going to be easier early in the day because you're going to have more energy, right? I have my little daily routine where I get up, do some stretches, mobility stuff, like yoga or Pilates, and then like go for a walk, do some jobs, have a coffee, work out, cook a meal, and then it's like, and then all the other stuff begins. Doing all the videos and all that. Anyway, it's 3 blocks between. So let's go figure out the alignment. What I really needed to know there was, is it like 3 blocks or something different? See, that alignment feels just about right to me, so I don't think I'm going to take the road further than that point. Uh-huh. And then you got your 1, 2, 3. What will it be? Needs to be about there. And come down to that height. 1, 2, 3, and then that height. And I need to sleep again. X, my dog is sitting on my desk watching your stream. She's been doing it for 20 minutes, says Speed. I love that. Whenever you see like cat or a kitten or a doggy, you know, watching a stream, it's always like, what are you thinking about? What do you think they're talking about right now? Do you think the dog's thinking, this guy's a derp? They can just smell it. And they can smell it across the internet. Do they even know I'm talking about them? That's right, I'm talking about you, doggy. Ah! Changes. Over here, it's different. Cool. I want those back. No! Oh, I got it. Totally worth getting. Totally worth it. Oh, Swampy says, does anyone feel like Hermitcraft is getting a bit boring? Dang! You might be on your own there. I mean, hey, if it's getting boring for you, if you've been watching for a long time, then, you know, that happens. Can't stay interested in one thing forever. But for me, right now, since I stopped doing my mega base, I've been really enjoying everything. It's just getting away from having this, like, big project that, like, always needs your attention. Just lets you do, like, spontaneous stuff and have a lot more fun. And as a result, I've just been recording with more people, doing some cool stuff, like with Carbon the Warden, and I've been seeing it in my comments as well. Dang. Just reading the comments on yesterday's video was really, really good. Just so many, like, positive remarks on how much fun the episodes are at the moment. And I feel like y'all are feeling what I'm feeling, so that's, like, ultimately a goal, is to achieve that, to share the experience. So for me right now, Hermitcraft's kind of exciting, and it's at a time where I thought I'd be slowing down a little bit. I wanted to slow down in September and whatnot, but I don't know, I just keep feeling like I'm enjoying the moment, so I'll crack on and have fun on here. Right, you know, sometimes it's better just to do things in the moment, right? And that includes taking a break. Like, when it's the time to take a break, take a break. It doesn't feel like it's actually that, even though I thought that's what it was going to be. Cybot2419, the one, the only. I still haven't read your message, dude. When you sub, does it repeat your last message, or can you write a new one? Ah, new one. I think you answered your own question, and I didn't fully understand it, but yeah. So, alright, we've got to do all of this again now, haven't we? I forget the little rules we created for ourselves. I think it was like mostly clumps of those and the occasional spun around ones. Then when we get to this, we would probably want like a little slappy jab transition. I was in the middle of saying something and then I'm like, totally lost my train of thought. Ah, that's not what goes there. I don't think we used the cobbled. Oh, no, we did use the cobbled. Just not so much of that. Right. We'll come back to that later and just continue doing these things now. Looking pretty good, actually. Oh, and again... Right, so what are we... Hang on, what are we doing? I think I know. I know what I need to do. What I do need is a bunch more of these blocks, you know. And if only there was some sort of place that I could get them from. Ah. Oh. I've been watching you since season 4 and I still watch every episode you put up as soon as I'm able to. Still loving it, says Jimbo. That is wonderful to hear. I'm glad you're enjoying it, my dude. Is the Hermitcraft website official, says Philaser. I probably butchered your name. The official website is official. I don't know about the other ones, the unofficial ones. Do you mean hermitcraft.com? That is an official website, as it says. I mean, it's the one we promote in our videos, right? So that should give you a hint. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll put like slabs there, or you know, I'll come back and I'll figure it out. That's what I'll do. Oh, and speaking of needing to pick up a bunch of blocks, they're actually right here. So we're probably going to need to start to develop our very own chest monster in the area. And I nominate this spot right here. Where's my ender chest? Dang it! I've made a mistake again, haven't I? Where did I leave that sucker? Is it over here? No. Someone in chat must know. I didn't put it down over there next to those chests. In Cleo's dye shop by the path. Alright, so maybe I already put it down in this area? Maybe I just... Yeah. And literally, it was literally right behind me. Oh, I'm trying to make a mockery of myself. It was actually just behind me. I just forgot that I came over here and did this. Oh, there's something there that I forgot to do that I'm going to go take care of quickly. Right, so let's chuck in a few things here and there. Okay. That frees up some space. That is supposed to go somewhere else, and I must have forgot. Also, while we're here... Are y'all telling me to press that dirt button again? Oh, jeez. Jeez, I guess I'll press it. Bunch of fiends. Always wanted me to press that button, eh? NXT77, thank you for your Prime subscription. I hope that you are enjoying the live stream. Right, over here. Down there. That was for a shard, I just forgot to drop it off. In Season 7, COVID and lockdown happened and the Hermits were pumping out episodes. People are out and about again, spending time with friends and family and so on, taking holidays away from home and all sorts. Hermits are people too and deserve to take breaks when they need to, says Lucky Lucy. Yeah, thank you for that insightful perspective. Yeah, we've had a big shift in what we do, and then it's been kind of tricky to change back from that, and so, you know, the pandemic affected so many things, and one of those was how we create content. And in the beginning, it was a case of more content for all of you, and now it's a case of people need breaks, and everyone's been grinding it out for a while. What have you been doing? Says Al Lick. We worked on the LA Sanctuary and I tweeted about it. If you want to see a picture of the finished product. How many retweets did we get? Oh, 51! My ego has been gently stroked. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, got so many retweets. I'm social mediaing it. Right, let's fill in a few gaps. Do this thing. And now we've got ourselves a nice old path. Right, then the next level. More of that stuff. Down to this level. This is where it gets a little bit tricky because it's going to need us to fill in some blocks at the lower level, isn't it? So back to that. And the dirt blocks, yes, that's what will do us. Right. Excuse me, burping in my mouth. Just another reminder that I want to make a curry tonight, says CC Pro. Hey, if that's what you want to do, go for it. I'm having some homemade fish and chips today. Some carrots and peas. Gotta have some veggies with it, right? Oh. Tried your painted coffee recipe this morning. I gotta say, I think you are onto something. Oh, what was that? The old add water. I make coffee with water. Genius. Absolute genius. Coffee revolution. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 to there. That's kind of the end of the path, actually. Where me cobbled? Uh-huh. Whoopsie. That's so British of you, X, says Egypt. So British of me. Are you making your own fish, says Barely Competent Gaming? I am, indeed, in the lab making my own fish again. If any of you are out of the loop and you've missed my genetics experimentation streams, then you should totally hit the follow button and check those out. We've created all sorts of different creatures on stream, and the last one we did is fish, and you know, you've sussed me out. Obviously, I just wanted some fish and chips, really. That was the whole reason I was up to it. That was the real reason. Alright, I wasn't actually trying to engineer an army of super monkeys. Okay? That was just a joke. Do you not understand a joke? God, why would I make an army of crazy monkeys? All I wanted was some fish for my fish and chips. Because I'm British, apparently. Where's the bed? Is it? It's in my inventory. God. Fish sticks. I hope they were breaded at least. I don't recall eating fish sticks in ages. What was it, fish fingers you have when you were a kid? I don't recall the last time I ever ate fish fingers. And interestingly, I'm remembering what I dreamt about, which was being with some friends and going to McDonald's. And I ordered, like, free bacon cheeseburgers? And then, like, I remember doing, like, a calorie count, and then when they brought out our food, mine was missing, and then I got a what's it called? An Egg McMuffin. And this is for someone who never eats McDonald's. Why am I dreaming about eating McDonald's? It's those advertising schemes of theirs, isn't it? They're getting into my head, peeps. They're trying to give me the McBrick. I will not eat McDonald's ever again. Only in my dreams, apparently. Only in my dreams. Very strange. Yes, you are, X. Oh, you think you're so clever, didn't you? So clever. Quick with the reaction, are you? Yeah. Right, there we go. Sounds like a nightmare. It wasn't like a nightmarish type, but yeah, it does sound like it's bordering on a nightmare. McDonald's marketing is on another level, says Hey Norn. I mean, if you're into it, then yeah, obviously it works. For me, I'm not that interested in McDonald's. I'd rather eat proper food. Right, let's now we're going to use these right along the edges, which in this area were polished, but actually no, it's mostly this with a little bit of polished. Right, it's just one wide. Gotta get the slabs to get. That's the thing. That's the thing that I got this for. Right, so let's just go with those. And build out some road. Since this is the long section here, I'll do it that way. Oh, same again. I think we'll go like that. Something like that, I think that'll work. I'm going to change this one actually. Just so it feels a bit more uniform. Right, then we've got to do the ones on the side. Estelian, thank you for tuning in today. Appreciate all you do, and have a great rest of your day. Here we go. Luna says I don't want to say it. Say what? Kordishi, thank you so much for 58 months of support. Greatly appreciated. I hope you're enjoying today's stream. Hang on, how do I want to do this? Oh, it actually looks the same as when you just plop the other block on top. Huh. Did I ever find that movie, says Zen Moss? I sadly did not. And one day I hope that someone will tweet me or send me an email with the answer. Or I'll get some time to look at one point or another. Try and do a bit of a deep dive, but it'll just end up being like looking through tons of lists of like 90s space movies. X, how are your dreams normally? Often vivid, like I generally every night I'll remember something about what I dreamt. I've often been tempted to keep a dream journal, but I have other priorities, but I know that if I just practiced remembering it would get even stronger. But the fact that I make an effort to remember sometimes, every now and then there's like a dream that I have where... Oh wait a minute, what's going on here? Doing it the wrong way around. Every now and then there's a dream that I have where it's like, whoa, like, I really need to remember this. This is crazy. And I had one a little while ago, and then I never got the opportunity to tell anyone about it. And so it kind of faded away. But I've got that feeling of like, oh, there was a crazy one just a while back that would be a funny story. And I remember like, oh my god, it's starting to... Oh, god, it's come back to me. It's come back to me. I know what it is, and I might miss out some important details. It was a scary dream. And I've noticed that I think I have quite like an active imagination, and when I watch things I tend to think about the meta of it, like how is this created and whatnot. And so if I watch a movie I think about like how it's written and how they came up with these ideas and what, and I feel like that bleeds into my dreams, because now some of my dreams almost feel like they're actually movie scripts or something along those lines. So I had this one scary dream, and it, you know, it's quite a bit of time ago now, so I'll probably forget some of the details. But it started with me being in a building, a spooky building, and there was this idea of there's a ghost in the area and whatnot, it's haunting, and then we were looking out the windows and we were seeing people running around the streets frantically trying to hide from this thing. But it was not just a form of observation of seeing, it was like feeling and almost being there at the same time. Oh, wait, what am I doing here? Yeah, like that. There we go. Which was kind of interesting. And then eventually, like, the spirit or whatever it is that was haunting came into the room. And I have, like, these graphic... Well, jump in a beat. It came into the room and it went after everyone else first. And then when it came to me, it like, finished haunting everyone else. I have these really, like, vivid visuals of everything going dark and then having this, like, hideous face sort of jump out all distorted, like it was illuminated with, like, red light and getting all twisted and contorted, and that was it, like, attacking me. And it was, like, really quite scary, but in a way that I don't know, it didn't feel like it was gonna wake me up, right? Like, sometimes things are really terrifying. I seem to be in, like, a abstract state of mind about it, not heavily invested. But what was really weird is what happened next, is that all of a sudden, like, it cuts away and we're sitting in a big cathedral hall and there's a screen in front of us and the movie is paused and everything that I just experienced was actually a movie. And I just stood up and just started talking about how we had created it and la da la, and we're going to take a moment to, like, go to the toilet, have a break, and, like, people applauded and there was, like, mumbling and everyone walked off to go to the toilets and stuff. And it was in that moment that I realized, right, that like the movie and the horror, that thing was actually real. I knew that, right? This is just like emotional dream nonsense where, like, things overlap in weird ways. I knew this to be real, and then what happened was all of a sudden, like, the lights start flickering, and at the back of the room, like, you hear doors slamming shut and bats are flying around, and this spirit, like, lunges and flies into the middle of the room and starts terrorizing everyone. And it's the spirit that I had experienced a moment ago. So it had gone from, like, me experiencing it to, like, oh, that's actually just this movie and we're in this hall and, like, there you go. And then, no, actually it's real, and now it's here and it's terrorizing everyone. So I remember, I think my dad was, like, attacked by it or badly injured, like, not physical injuries, but, like, mentally. It wasn't quite there. And I was doing everything I could to, like, usher him out. And we went into this back room, locked some doors, started, like, climbing up these staircases, and actually, like, got away from the whole thing. And then it gave me that like end of movie sort of post-apocalypse vibe where we had gotten out and now it was just like normal society was everywhere. But my dad had sort of lost his like cognition and ability to like be normal, I guess, and I was just sort of there like helping him around and moving him about. It was just so crazy, and it so felt like it was almost a plot of a movie and really visually scary. Not just like, oh, I was here but it felt scary and I was haunted but not by anything that you could see. It was like very visual. That sounds like a cool movie idea, to be honest, says Thanophobia. Yeah, how would it translate into a movie though, right? Like you as the viewer would be watching a movie and then halfway through it it would be revealed that actually what you had seen so far was just a movie, and then another layer of horror would come into play. But then like the question would be why? Why would it need to be that? And I don't think you have much of an answer. If you could find one for a script, then yeah, maybe it'd make a cool movie. But like the real question is why? That's always got to be gratifying for the audience. Why have we watched this one thing happen to find out that it was just some movie being shown in a theater or like a cathedral hall, and then now it's real? And like to find a really gratifying answer for that, I think could be a little bit on the tricky side. We got Mathex here with a donation saying, speaking of dreams, if I had a dream you were my teacher and I disappointed you, you asked me to pay you $19, but I woke up before my dream self paid you. So here's $19. Well, that's crazy. Thank you so much for the donation, my dude. A bit of a different motivation for that, I guess, but appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you for sharing. That's cool. I mean, I know that I'm going to be in someone else's dreams, right? Because I'm a content creator and I've dreamt of having, you know, people whose videos I watch all of a sudden are just in a dream or whatever. But cool to know. Cool to know. That's awesome. Also, Hunting Griffin, thank you for 2 months of support. A few minutes back, I missed that one. Appreciate you. Yeah, so I think what we'll do along here is just going to continue the structure. It's quite simple, doesn't take up a lot of space, so it'll look alright, I think. And that'll fill in all of this gappage. And yes, it is called gappage. Yes, I did just leave a secret naughty hole. Ugh. I will leave it there because I am lazy. It's real because the author worked so hard to make it that he accidentally made it real, and now he has to destroy the film, which is guarded by the ghost to destroy the ghost, and that's really emotionally hard for him to do. I like the idea of like the filmmaking made it real, right? But the idea that it cuts away in the middle and then how you'd explain that back later. So maybe it's a case of like, alright, then there's the sequence of events once it cuts away that you see that they're actually watching the movie and it comes to life. But then you've got to like gratifyingly explain that they created the movie, the monster, or whatever by doing that. I like the idea of using something a little obscure, a little unseen, right? You know me and my little creative brain of ideas. Like thinking about like movie plots or TV shows, for me it's always like what's not been done. And with horror, there's so many ways things like that have been done. It'd be interesting to explore like a different avenue to go from, like to probably avoid like the isolated group. I think isolation in horror is easy, but like to make things genuinely scary in the middle of a crowded room, I think is like way more interesting after seeing a lot of that. So maybe it could tie into some sort of like it plays out like in a big society where, you know, you don't have that easy scare factor of people being isolated. That would be kind of cool. So maybe like it comes to light as the story develops that the author of the movie was trying to achieve authentic experiences by like messing around with the dark arts and things like that. I think I don't want to build something all the way down there because it's so deep. I think I'm just gonna bring it down to this level with the random blocks again. So we'll probably need to go and fetch more granite. But that would be pretty cool. Like there's this big pivot. Like it's like a mid-movie twist, turns everything on its head, and then what unravels after is like an investigation. Like maybe what you do is you just, in those sorts of movies, it's like the police are never involved, right? Like, or if there is, it's usually out in the sticks and it's one police officer. Like what if you had just, you make it clear it's like an entire police force is now aware of this and communication is easy. There's no like, oh, we don't have the internet. So it's like a mystery that's now big and vivid and everyone's involved in. And they're now investigating, like who's, like what did this author of this movie exactly do to like unlock this demon? You could go in like a crazy bunch of directions with that. But then your twist is like in the middle of the movie. I don't know. You're describing an ARG but worse. ARG altered reality game? I'm not describing an altered reality game, I'm describing a movie, like a movie plot. The idea being to avoid some of those typical horror tropes and try and find horror in a setting where it's, you know, it's not made scary because they're isolated. That's just always so easy. And how many times have you seen a movie where it's like they go to use their cell phone, it's like, I've got no signal now, and it's just like, you know, in olden times it was harder to communicate with people, but now when you try and do it in this modern day setting, it just, I don't know. It also makes me think maybe that's one of the reasons that like belief in ghosts and let's say paranormal stuff has sort of been on the decline, is maybe related to how connected we all are and stuff. Like the more connected we get, maybe it's harder for those sorts of things to permeate. In the 70s, the car always broke down, says Failed Vegan. Exactly. Like, that's just a typical movie trope, and it's so easy. It's such an easy plot point to work with, right? It's like, how can you make it scary when all the things work? That's the thing I'm interested in. Jack BR1, thank you ever so much for your Amazon Prime subscription. Greatly appreciated, my dude. Greatly, greatly. Why is X Renewable as a drama kid? What? I do not understand. The Lighthouse 2019. That was a really great horror movie. I really enjoyed that. More psychological kind of horror, right? You know, Rimmerby, says Hugel Goggins. I do not know Rimmerby. I don't understand. What are you kids talking about now, eh? What's the new cool thing? What's the slang? What's everyone saying? What's happening? I'm out of the loop. Pretty sure they meant remind. Oh. Why is X Reminders Drama Kid? That still doesn't mean much in my head. Right, I think a little bit of transitional kind of work up here. Not too much, but a little something here and there I think could help. That'll do. That's quite nice, really. Sort of brings it in pretty well. And now Cub is hooked up, and I can claim Daily Shard tomorrow for my work today. But hey, it was good because we figured out where all the stuff is stored over the back here. Did you like Bird Box? I don't think I watched that one. Was that with Sandra Bullock? Actually, no, I think I did watch that one. Something to do with her kids. I got a feeling I did. I really wish I'd kept maybe a movie journal a long time ago. Actually, the older I get, the more I appreciate journaling, especially with like my music blog. Not saying I need to like start writing articles about movies, but I think it'd be a good idea to just have like a log of the things that you do. Just take quick notes. If you're young out there, right, one day you're going to be old and you're going to be streaming to a bunch of people and you go, oh, what's that movie I saw those years ago? Oh, I don't know. I think I saw that one. What's wrong with my brain? And you'll wish you had made notes. But yeah, like even just something as like just taking like 3 minutes to just type a few things about the movie and keep a movie log like that, I think that would be beneficial to the average person. And then, you know, if you get older and it turns out movies aren't really a thing, you don't have to do it. But if you get really into it, it might be cool thing that you're glad you did. And you can do that for loads of activities, right? JPLC1410 is here for 2 months. Thank you so much, my dude. Appreciate it. When did X talk about the movie you couldn't remember? Want to hear about it? In my last stream, which is on my second channel, so if you go over there looking for the video, I'm sure you'll find it. That is what I did on my vacation. I wrote down what I did each day, says Stinger MSI. Yeah, really good habit. I tend to, when I go to bed on a holiday, is I like recite the day or like go through it all over again. And that helps me remember it. But what's weird, on this holiday, I didn't like jump into doing that. I don't know, it's sort of like my mind was elsewhere or something. Because that's like a habit. I go on holiday, and when the day's over, it's like I lay in bed and think the day through. Like I play it through as much as I can remember. You know, bit by bit. And then when I look back on holidays and stuff later, it really helps me just remember it all. Mr. Marshan says, as well as create a watch list. A watch list is good too. All good things. Right, so with that activity completed, we now fly up here. And then over there. To do a little bit of like resource gathering to some extent. This isn't something I particularly want to start this deep into a stream. I've been thinking about how to approach this, because whenever you start placing blocks, there's just so much detail over here that it just becomes a little bit of madness. Let's go Blaze Bone Tower on and the LA breeding off. Oh, is this going to be a height map thing? I think it's a height map thing. So configuration, render layers. Let's go up to like that, and then it's all appeared. Right. So you can see there's like materials I probably have to hand, and I think the trick is to just start doing what you can, and as you encounter something you don't, write it down, and then slowly we'll build up a list of things that we need here. I also reckon it might be a good idea to bring this down and just do it a little bit, like a layer at a time. X, do you have any horror movie recommendations? Oh gosh, you know, I love horror, and a few years ago I was mad about watching loads of it, and then yeah, I could probably recommend some stuff, but off the top of my head, one of the movies that I thought was terrific was Paranormal Activity. Like, it's one of those where if you're gonna go in and watch a horror movie and be like, that's not real, that's fake, that don't scare me, then you're probably not gonna have a good time with it. But if you're willing to just like embrace the spectacle and the theatre and the suggestion and let the scare get in, then that movie terrified me. And I love like the theatre of being terrified by a movie. It's so fascinating the ways in which that can be achieved. Another little like personal favourite in the world of horror for me was As Above, So Below. This is about the sewers under France and how a team of people or friends go down there and find the way into hell. And I think it's one of those ones where the idea is so brilliant and parts of it are great. You kind of remember it a bit better than it actually is, but if I'm in that mood where I'm like, I really want to get into this, like, it was a really cool one. I think it's called The Cave, or The Descent. The British horror movie about a team of women cavers who go into a caving system. That is amazing. That's a really cool one. Fegley actually says, oh, you mean The Descent? I don't actually. The one I said before is not The Descent. It is As Above, So Below. The Witch is awesome, but not a popcorn film at all. The Blair Witch Project. Now, when I was a kid, that was all the rave, that was the hype, and I didn't get to see it. But I could actually, because it was an 18, right? And I could actually rent the mockumentary about the Blair Witch from Blockbuster. Oh god, X, you must be so old. I don't even know what a Blockbuster is. Jeez. That's how far back we're talking now. Way back. Way back. Yeah, so I watched this. Okay, I need to make this like list of items now. I watched that movie eventually under the impression that it was real, because I watched a mockumentary, not realizing what a mockumentary was. Even as a child, I was a derp. Okay, these are things. These are things that we are learning. We've got jungle planks, we've got barrels, we've got all sorts of stuff. Got a few barrels in here. Do I even have any jungle wood? I don't. Dang. So you can see how like slow and painful this is going to be to build. It's just, this is why, you know, when I start clearing up more and more of these loose ends, I'm going to pivot to this other way of playing where it's like, how can I approach building and getting all this detail done? Well, I think what I need is like pallets and like full shulker boxes. So like rather than trying to fill up shulker boxes to do some project, I'm going to be filling them up for the sake of like building on the fly. At least that's my idea. So we need smooth stone blocks, again, something I don't have in here. I think I was going to say let's go chop down some trees. With all this money that we've been earning, I think a quick trip to the Logfellas shop might be a good idea right now. Got a noise in the ear donation here. It's Unplugged Gamer with a donation saying, been watching you for years. Cheers. Thank you so much, my dude. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for supporting our channel. And I hope you continue to enjoy all that we're doing. And I got cool things for you on the way. Got another interesting video coming out soon. Oh! Oh! Oh, none of that then. 2 diamonds per stack. Right, I'll take 2 lots of that. I've got a feeling though we only need a little bit of the regular stuff. Dang! So the spruce is 1 diamond per stack, but it's totally sold out. And there's no Ren Dog online to moan at. Gosh. Does the entity sell wood? Now, apparently everything over here was 1 diamond per stack, but there wasn't a sign for it or something. Or I missed the sign. But I asked Rian. Ah! And there were signs put up. Yeah, there you go. At least for logs. No one's got spruce! Ah. Ah. I have to chop trees myself now. Hey, we need one of those. Have a diamond. Return to Paradise. I will look up that movie. Thank you for the recommendation. Okay, that one's... quick, before I crash. Veen23, thank you so much for the subscription. Appreciate it, my dude. Hope you're enjoying the stream. So I know I need to use one of those for detail. Anyway. So note how slow this is to build so far. Ridiculous. So these are just blocks here on the ground. Cool, place those. Need a spruce. Hey, do I have another one of those? I can go there. What's this block? Strip dark oak wood. Well, I could have brought some. I think... Wait, isn't wood when you do that? Uh-huh. There you go. That's spruce. Then the spruce planks. So far we've gotten absolutely nowhere. A small bone block. Which I don't see anywhere here. Where did I put the bone blocks? I mean, I am standing next to the bone block shop, but I know... Is it one of these already? No. Put it in one of these. It's not that one. Where is it? Is one of these out of step? Because I had two. I had 2 shulker boxes for that build. There it is. That's the one. That's the one I'm looking for. Oh, I knew it was here somewhere. Yeah, and then we need sandstone walls, and then we need more oaky stuff. Gosh, it just goes on. Did I place it in the right spot, or did that one just not get placed next to it? There we go. Then a whole bunch of different stone, like literally 3 different types there. Another one of these barrels. Yeah, this is why this style of building needs to change. It's just insane to do in survival. But I don't want to sound like I'm moaning. We will get it finished. It will be glorious when it's finished. But I need to take note of all the things that I need. So, sandstone walls from here. Hey, Hazel Heels. Thank you for the nice message. Such a diverse block palette. That's kind of the problem when it comes to building it though, right? Easy to do in survival. Sorry, in creative, but like... then when it comes to actually building it, it's like all of a sudden a big problem. Big hassle. Oh, and I've only got one of these left. Oh, there you go. Typical. Rightio. Let's make more notes about what we need. It's all spruce related stuff so far. A little bit of a chacha. What's behind that? That's probably more stripped. Actually, it's copper blocks, which I don't have on me. So I should really put some copper blocks somewhere. I think we got some machacha wood. If not, we'll buy some. Okay, chacha wood. What else are we looking for? Really is just the spruce. Then you need stuff like cobble, stone bricks, andesite. Yep, loads of oak wood up there. Sandstone again. And then granite. Oh gosh, so I need granite as well. And then wall blocks. That look like grey. Light grey and grey. Okay, we're going to have to go on a shopping spree. Light grey. Grey wall. Got it. I didn't write down granite. Then we need birchwood, but I know I've got some of that. Okay. And then that's spruce fence. So really it's about just getting a bunch of spruce together at the moment. And then there's tuff. So I need to bring some tuff over here. Light grey terracotta. Chacha wood. Okay. See, if I make a trip to the base with all this stuff written down, I'll just pick up a stack of each. Because it's usually just small little details. Now, candles... that is just the regular candle. Ah, I don't have string. I need to put string in my redstone box again. Dang. Gosh, so many things. Anyway, I think that'll do for now, and we'll go chop down some spruce wood. Doesn't Lightmatica give you a materials list? It does, but it includes the entire schematic, and there's like all sorts of little details that are slightly different, or blocks that ain't here, as you can see, and it just makes a nightmare. It's actually kind of like awful to have such a long list of like items you don't have access to. Like, I don't have access to the roots, so I'm just leaving them out. This is what I've learned about this kind of level of detail. It's just not survival friendly, at least in the setup that I currently have. Which is why I want to work on better organising the shulker boxes and then stocking them all up. Which will be a lot of work, so I'm not like rushing into anything. And I keep waffling on about it in my streams, and some of you are probably like, when are you going to do this? But like, that's just what I'm thinking, and slowly I chip away at some ideas for it. Useful blocks. Is there room for you in there? There isn't, apparently. You see, those should be in useful items because they are items. Maybe an egg is a useful item. Yellow Harold, 77 months! Hi X, hope you're doing well. Everything seems to be going my way right now. I'm back after 3 months of vacation. Lost 14 kilograms since March. Got a new job building robots. I'm pretty stoked. That sounds amazing. Congratulations, man, on the weight loss and the building of the robots. I hope they don't take over, though. That's cool. I like robotics. I like a lot of stuff. But especially smart things. Right, there we go. Let's pack this monstrosity up and then focus. Do we have any of those? Useful blocks, cauldron. We'll go focus on getting some spruce wood. I don't really have an area or a thing for farming spruce wood. So we could just go out to an island, like an area, and demolish some stuff. 2, 3, 4, 5. See, even them just being like numbered would be pretty cool. That might be another interesting organization thing for shulkers, keep them numbered, but then you'd have to really remember which numbers have which things in. Hi Xisuma, love your YouTube video. Thank you, appreciate it. Do you have storage for useless items too? I don't, because they're useless. I don't need them. Who are you looking at? Gee. I know if I go in that direction, there's spruce forest, but it's other hermits. Oh, do you know what I'll do? If we go... Right, did I keep any dirt or did I chuck it? Right, so I've got dirt here. And then if we go into the green one, there should be... Yeah, only 4 though. Yikes. So if I don't want the podzol to spread everywhere, so if I put that like up at this level, we might get away with it. Now where on earth would I get some bone meal from, I wonder? Speaking of like other loose threads and mega projects, like with the new pace I'm taking, we slowly chip away at one thing at a time. I'm trying not to start up too many new projects, right? Up here I have some like big ambitions for the area we're standing in right now, but it's potentially a bit of a mega project that I might not actually want to do. So at some point I want to like probably create more of this and create like a pit in this area. So we'll get there eventually. I just don't want you to think I'm leaving this stuff like without a plan. What are the tabs at the top? They're for swapping between different inventories, and I'm terrible at using them. Absolutely terrible at using them. What do you think about the vanilla cape? I've seen that, and it looked a bit pants. Like, I don't know. It didn't look very well designed. I don't know. It just had like a bit of an odd look to it, like a bit low effort or something. I'm not sure if I've seen the proper thing, because there was this whole thing about it getting removed. I haven't really been doing the whole Minecraft news thing. I haven't been following it so close while snapshots and stuff aren't happening, which is... I don't know if I should be doing that or not, but it doesn't feel like there has been a lot of news, but I certainly missed that one. Maybe some of y'all would know better about what's going on and if I should be covering it or not. Because it is a minor thing, like... I like to make a decent video about things. Do you know what 1.20 is going to be about? I don't, but I made a video about what I would like it to be about on my channel, if you haven't seen it. I think that might be from doing spruce trees before, you know? That might just be what that is. D-Double Yours is here for 5 months and always loved the work that gets put into the videos. When things have been bad, I can rely on watching some Hermitcraft to lighten my mood. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Thank you for the 5 months as well. Appreciate you. I'll try to make sure they don't organize an uprising, X. They are solar-powered farming robots. They plant crops and weed out other plants, so they're environmentally friendly and make organic farming much easier. That sounds well interesting. I learned something about solar the other day. It's one of those things that, like, we probably all know, and then every now and then something reminds you of it, and you're like, oh yeah. But apparently most solar panels have a lifespan of 10 years, and then they just get put like into dumps and they don't get recycled. Now that I think about it, I'd like to know a bit more about it really, because it might be a case of in some circumstances they don't recycle, but they are made out of rare metals, and if they have a short lifespan, it is concerning for you know, the future of renewable energy and whatnot. Especially when we're going through an energy crisis. Because of that, the best forms of renewable are probably, like, if you can do tidal and geothermal, those are sort of like maybe more I mean, tidal might be like times a day it turns on and times a day it doesn't, but geothermal at least seems to be completely consistent, whereas solar and wind are intermittent, of course. Lord Lurch is better than oil and gas, I can tell you, because I'm a chimney sweeper. Well, you know, oil and gas have certainly got us, like, you know, we need energy to thrive, basically. We need energy, and having stored energy is like the starting point, right? Like, you have to burn fossils and whatnot before you get to, like, the next level. But obviously we know we need to get away from those things. But if you know, the world can't seem to just jump onto some of these renewables like solar and stuff, and if we did, would it actually work if like most solar panels go defunct after 10 years? Like, what happens to those materials? Something that I often think about is like, sometimes I think there's a bit of an assumption that things just continue linearly on into the future. Like, stuff just keeps getting better. Just because we've gone through a couple hundred years of like massive progression on all fronts, doesn't mean that's going to continue to be the way forward ahead. And one of the reasons why, or that could be concerning, is population, where there are now aging populations of seniors that need to be supported by the generations underneath them, and the generations underneath them are not having as many children, and you're going to see like some big population imbalances, which is already happening in places like China and Japan. And this kind of leads me to wonder about like the maintenance of everything. Like, we've got all these buildings and stuff, but like, what happens if we, like, what happens to buildings like there are cities, right? They're popped up, they're new in the scale of time. If you think like, you know, was New York City there? Okay, it was there hundreds of years ago, right? But not the same size. And there aren't any cities that have been this size and in a place for a certain amount of time. So like, what is that place going to be like in 100 years or 200 years? Because everything needs maintenance at some point or another. And is there a demographic and supplies there in the future to actually maintain all of that? So we're like building out all these cities everywhere. There's sort of a question I wonder of like, is everything going to get to this point where it all starts to degrade? Like, let's say we put an imaginary number on it, like 300 years. So then this boom period that we've just gone over, in 300 years time, does all of that like catch up in terms of buildings are like falling apart and crumbling and stuff and need maintenance to keep them up? Is that a thing that might happen at some point, you know? That's one of these things that I wonder about. Temporarily, linearly. Yeah, I can't say linearly. Uprising replay, thank you for your Prime subscription. Sasha Yayaway. Oh, I'm probably butchered that one. Thank you for 7 months. Have a butcher name emote on me. Appreciate you supporting me. What were your thoughts on the line in Saudi Arabia, says Sir Jemin? Sounds like a terrible idea. I mean, like, there are just so many problems with building a city in that way. The way cities emerge and the way they, like, I don't know, like they're built often next to seas or rivers and they sprawl outwards. It's like all a natural emergence because of the demands or, you know, the needs of a city. And then to try and fold that into a line and put it in the middle of a desert, and like what, like supposedly there's going to be this super fast transport system through the middle of it. There's just so many like very clear, abundant flaws with doing something like that, and like the presentation is very, like, you know, the pitch, the sell is very showy with a lot of not a lot of deep explanation of how this stuff works, and I think it's a terrible idea. I think quite a few of those sort of projects are terrible. When you build a new city from scratch, one of the things you've got to realize is that the cities that we have scaled up over time, and so really you should be like trying to build foundations for something that scales up, as opposed to just something that works from day one. You know, like cities are like an evolving organism in a way. God, I don't know. To me, it seemed like a terrible idea. What do you think about fusion reactors? Could it be a solution to the energy crisis? Says Cry4Ax. Well, they're always, what's the joke? They're always 20 years away. I think nuclear power is the thing we should be transitioning to. We should be getting off of fossil fuels and onto nuclear power, and then transition into more renewables from that. I mean, that would have been the natural trajectory had we not all been scared off of nuclear power years and years ago. It's a bit of a shame, in my opinion, because I think the consequences of nuclear power and the problems with it are a little bit blown out of proportion when you compare them to the use of fossil fuels. So, like, if you scale up nuclear to replace fossil fuels, like, the damage to the environment is less. Like, the thing that we're doing that's terrible to the environment is burning fossil fuels all the time, right? Global warming, the quality of air, air pollution, all this stuff. And so I think the theory around nuclear has like not been properly understood, and that's because like we all accept that cars are just there pumping out, you know, dirty gases all day long, and so that's the norm. And so you tend not to like look at something like nuclear and then go, but what about all the things that we're currently doing everywhere? And you would see that like fossil fuels are just so much worse. But you know, that's the way that things unraveled, and maybe we'll be able to transition to nuclear in the future and then into renewables. But if we stay on fossil fuels, it don't look good, does it? Right, that's probably more than enough, right? I just need to collect some of these saplings that are decaying now. Depleted uranium can now be encased in manufactured diamonds to produce a near lifeless battery. Wow, I've not heard of that before. But there's loads of things. Like a lot of nuclear fear and understanding of nuclear is kind of like left in the past a little bit, it seems. And you know, the technologies and stuff have developed and come a long way since the world kind of U-turned on nuclear technology. And there's a lot of like misinformation about how it's stored and whatnot. You know, there are problems, there are risks with it, but these things have been evaluated and solutions have been found and whatnot. I also like nuclear, however, it's technically not renewable. I wonder how much fuel is available, says Cybot. I can't remember the last time I heard some numbers crunched, but every time I hear it talked about, it seems to be like a good case for us moving to it, and I don't hear much in the way of, oh, it's not scalable, which it might not be, but I you know, I haven't heard that. I'm not an expert on any of this stuff, right? I just listen to other people talk about it. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, right? Like, I'm not a person in power making decisions. I think you know, if our leaders start using nuclear power plants more like they are in France at the moment, I think that's generally a good thing, as long as it comes with a long-term plan to move on from that as well, which tends to be one of the shortcomings of us humans, is long-term planning. Tend to be very reactionary and of the moment. Vote X and the Dirt Party, says Becca. We'll get into government and we'll mess it all up. That's my campaign promise. Carbon capture allows for the resource for the diamonds. Nuclear byproduct is the depleted uranium. It's a good partnership. Depends how much carbon you need from the carbon capture, right? Like, that technology exists, but it's, you know, it's like a minuscule thing at the moment compared to how much we need. Yay! Now we get to put in the spruce word. And some of that, please. Oh, is it not? Oh, it's strip wood. And sometimes it's basically wood where you can just use logs like this. Nano Diamond Battery is an innovative energy generator and storage that redefines and revolutionizes the batteries we know. I'm totally going to look into that, because storage of energy is something that we, you know, need to improve. But if we can do it at a large scale, that could be a major thing for renewables. Like, one of the problems with renewables is it's not always... That's not supposed to be there. It's not always windy. It's not always sunny. If we can store the energy from the times when it is, that is part of the solution that we are looking for. That's more dark oak strip wood there. We need some other bits and bobs. But that'll mean creating a giant chess monster once again, which I don't feel like doing right now. I do not feel like doing that. And that is okay. I think we're going to wrap up the stream right here. I might stream again tomorrow. It might be another day. I don't know when. I kind of want to keep like a little bit of a steady pace every other day, something like that. But I'll be back live again sometime soon. And as for today, we will wrap it up there. A big thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, and cheered. As always, you people are appreciated. And thank you to all my mods, my patrons, and the people gifting subs. Today, I'm going to be sending y'all over to... Is Impulse on the server right now? Let me check. Oh, Impulse is. Okay. Well, I'll send you over to Impulse. If you want more Hermitcraft action, stick around, hit that follow button, and then join the raid. I'll see you all later. Take care. Bye-bye.